63 degrees in the start of the game, going down to the road Phillies. There's Andrew Whitworth and Wiley Pierce here in Cincinnati with a Blue Jays. He's ready to play. Is he? Whit's ready to play? Our man, Andrew Whitworth. You know, Mike Tomlin is in his 19th season as the head coach in Pittsburgh, and Jack Taylor is in his 7th year as the head coach here in Cincinnati. The Bengals are the toss here. First this year, Rodgers and company right off the bat. And then the first to take off for the Bengals. Gainwell and Williams are back to receive. There's Keyshawn Williams up past the 30. Nice tackle at the 32. So here he comes, Aaron Rodgers. Ended last season with the Jets. Thought it might be over. He didn't know it. Pittsburgh made the call. Had some great meetings with Mike Tomlin. And here he is, leading the team to a 4-1 mark. He's very happy about tonight is there's no Trey Hendrickson. The great pass rusher of the Bengals goes out to Marshall Stewart to get the start in his spot. Now if we go from the 31-yard line, Rodgers in the air, checks it down underneath, breaking a tackle, and another one, and then stopped there for a gain of about 3 is Jalen Warren, who splits time in the backfield with Philip Brett Gainwell. Second down.
And right away, you get a feel for one of the keys to this game, which is are the Bengals going to be able to tackle the Pittsburgh Steelers? It's been a real issue for this secondary, for this defense. And the Steelers rely on a lot of quick throws and long guards after the catch. Bengals got to tackle them
a ton after the catch, especially with somebody like DK Metcalf. The number 2 receiver is in after that, Austin. Second and 6.
A four.
And the pass on the outside.
A 4 studs. Play more to this tonight's referee.
Referee making second down and 11.
Big thing for Pittsburgh, obviously, they have an advantage as far as the matchup. These are the things that they cannot do on the road, especially early. So there, it's a little pinch. Crowd is a factor here right now. This place is called house.
Well, the Steelers travel well, but you look around the stadium tonight and everybody's in white. A very predominant Bengals crowd, which you would figure it's their home game, it's their home city and all that. And the Steelers sometimes, especially like in Los Angeles, they overrun them.
They'll take the stadium over if you want them. But Thursday night game, the whiteout. Looks like the Bengals fans are showing up. It's a big third down here. Let's see what this defense can do against Aaron Rodgers.
Third and 11. After the backfield. Rodgers, deep down the right side.
Pass is caught. Yes.
Jordan Battle taking the crosser away. Great job, as you'd expect from Aaron Rodgers. Look at the safety off. He sees the one-on-one opportunity, and this is a tough ask for anybody. Turner's their best cover man against DK Metcalf. Great job of the line, giving Rodgers the time on that third down throw.
Extra line with 6 offensive linemen here. They'll toss back here to Warren. Warren cuts it back. You're going to hear Clay Morton tonight a lot as we get set for the play. Since so is eligible.
Get ready for that. Spencer Anderson, 74. We're going to keep an eye on him. We talked with Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator. We've seen this jumbo package trickle in. And when you put 74 and 80 together on one side, you have the offensive tackle, you're looking at 1,000 pounds of weight trying to set the edge.
Yeah, Washington is listed at 264. Fat chance. three. Jackson in motion.
Got the first down. Yes.
And now, what a blessing to be able to follow this. You got one tight end going in motion, 80, and in 74, you're going to follow him around. So the weight looks like it's on the right side, but now it moves to the left side. And these guys are athletic enough, despite their size, to be able to pull them around. So you think they're overset on one side, and then they move. And now you're moving them from the left to the right.
This guy should go, where's the beef commercial? From the 14. On the ground again. Guard again. Picks up 4, gets to the 10-yard line, second and 6.
There's been a lot of talk about Darnell Washington. Watching him come out of Georgia, he was kind of on a little bit on the back burner because of Brock Bowers, but he has really taken off in Pittsburgh. And we know what he can do as a blocker, as a guy that's up around 300 pounds. He's a mismatch also in the pass game. And there, what a good job establishing that left side there against Barrett Carter, the rookie in that left side.
Haywood is down the back. And Haywood in the fullback. Rodgers to his left. Rodgers to the end zone. And off the fingertips in the end zone and incomplete. Trying to get it to Connor Haywood, who scored a touchdown on Sunday.
Arthur Smith gives you a lot of different looks. Here's Connor Hayward, the fourth tight end, lined up as a fullback. They just sneak him out of the backfield against Geno Stone. Look at this ball, very close to the connection to the touchdown. Giving him a lot of different looks, making his defense have to adjust to not just different personnel groupings, different motions and formations.
We've seen that look from Rodgers through the years. 3rd and 6. Rodgers, buying time. Going to his right, directing traffic. Throws on
Caught the touchdown. Yes. Sano Smith.
Extends the play, gets the and gives Pittsburgh the lead.
He has all kinds of time. And without Trey Hendrickson, this offense, or this defensive line has a hard time getting any kind of pressure. And how about the mobility of Aaron Rodgers? This is a big question with him at his age. The Achilles, the surgery they had a couple years ago. These last few weeks, he's been around looking as athletic as he's looked at any point in his career.
Pittsburgh had no opening run touchdowns last season. They've already had 3 this season. saw when he started from the Pittsburgh transfer to Delaware, the Super Bowl with Bullhorn 2012, 2 stints with Cleveland, traded to Cincinnati on the 7th of October. They had a rough first half at Green Bay last Sunday, but then lightened it up in the second half. Kept them in the game. Boswell's tip-off fielded at the 2-yard line. Taj Brooks, rookie out of Texas Tech, takes this one back out to the 27-yard line. So again, with Joe Burrow on the shelf at least until December, and if Flacco can do the job, and with Jake Browning, but he couldn't do the job over a 3-game stretch. And as I say, they went to the emergency line and picked up this guy.
Well, imagine there's, of course, a good look at Joe Burrow, trying to help Joe Flacco out. Imagine being in a new place, and in 10 days, you're playing 2 NFL games as a starting quarterback. In 10 days.
Against pretty good teams, too. Green Bay and Pittsburgh. They start on the ground, they give it to Brown, and he will get stopped by Cam Hayward at the 29-yard line. The one thing Cincinnati has not been able to do this year is run the ball. They are dead last in rushing.
Yeah, they have not been able to run the football for a number of years. This is an offense built around the health of Joe Burrow. And Zach Taylor, that's usually what he has, Joe Burrow, and these great receivers, and they'll sprinkle just enough in the running game. They really are going to live or die by Jamar Chase and T. Higgins in their vertical pass game.
You see the numbers. They're averaging 57 yards per game on the ground. By far the worst in the league. That was really close. Second to that.
He's sacked. Yes.
They're creating one-on-one opportunities. PQ, Patrick Queen, watch him walk up. And by walking up, he's going to eat up some offensive linemen, and now he creates some down indecision of a rookie, Jalen Rivers, at right guard. And Benton is a guy, he's not just up there eating up space and is a real grader and stopping the run game. You can see what he can do, the quickness that he has. He hit that crease and back to the backfield.
5 wide on the 3rd and 14. Fires it. He's going to pick the first down as the crowd salutes T. Higgins. So it looked like they were on their way to giving up a touchdown, and then a 3-and-out, and all of a sudden Flacco connects for a gain of 18.
You just got to marvel at the timing of this. 3rd down and long against this defense. They sit back and play zone, only rush 4. But as you see, that safety gets down quickly. When you hit that back foot on your drop, the ball's got to be out immediately to give T. Higgins a chance to catch the ball and then get down to protect himself. What a play by the offense there to convert on 3rd down.
It's stopped after a 3-yard gain. That's Deshaun Elliott, who had a dozen tackles last Sunday in the game against Cleveland. Stops in there after game 4.
Chase Brown might have been the most shocked person in this stadium. Now, he has been hit behind the line of scrimmage and over half of his carries. Think about that. 58% of the time he's carried the ball, he's been hit behind the line of scrimmage. There he saw a crease. He didn't know what to do with it.
He saw his average 2.7. The league average is always around 4.4. Flacco gets it in a hurry. Looks for Higgins again. That's incomplete. Covered well. 3rd down and 6.
That's going to be a great matchup. You know, Mike Tomlin and Terrell Austin, the defensive coordinator, they go up against these receivers. A lot of times with Joey Porter, now in his 3rd year out at Penn State, you wonder, how do you go out and defend these receivers? Well, they move Joey Porter with his length over T. Higgins. He'll follow him a lot of times, and then they'll double up Jamar Chase. Now, they did on the last 3rd down. Let's see what they do here against Higgins and Chase, and if they try to take them away on 3rd down.
3rd and 6, once 3 receivers to the left. 4-man rush. And the pocket throws complete. That time Jamar Chase makes the pass, but only for a short game. Thornhill taking the tackle before the 4.
What a play by Thornhill. Watch him sit back. He's almost waiting because of this bunch to see where does one go. Oh, he's going underneath. I'm going with him. Great job of just kind of mirroring the threat on 3rd down, knowing they want to get him the football. And a good job of coming down and keeping him well short of the 1st down mark.
Enrico Send it down to Keyshawn Williams, the rookie out of Indiana, who drifts over to his right, hits the grab at the 16-yard line, and brings it back out to the 28. We're halfway through the opening quarter on this Thursday night in Cincinnati. Rogers back to work, and the Steelers up 7-0.
NFL Network, All Stars Combine, Plans, Jaguars. It's Sunday morning football is WBC on NFL Network.
Opening night of the NBA on Friday, break for the start. Celtics taking on the Knicks and also for a garden. It's on LA with the Lakers host the Timberwolves on the 5, sitting off tomorrow. The Pittsburgh Steelers, their opening drive resulting in Aaron Rodgers' 514th career touchdown pass. The pass, Brett Favre, earlier this year. His predecessor of 508 in his career. First down, from the 26. Slipped to Warren.
Got the first down. Yes.
That's a great way to start that drive. Let's go back to the previous drive on that third and 11. Aaron Rodgers went in whisper over DK Metcalf. They finished that one-on-one matchup. They stayed at 7 and right at the first down marker. DBs are pulled away.
From the 38. Quick throw. Pass made. Metcalf again. Metcalf came over from Seattle trade after they parted ways with George Pickens, sent him down to Dallas and replaced him with this guy.
It's kind of amazing. I mean, the first 4 weeks of the season, mostly quick game, 108 throws. And then after the bye, they were able to focus a little bit more against his game plan of opening up the offense, took a couple more shots downfield. 2 of 4 of those deep shots last week, and we saw already here in this opening series, can take a shot with one-on-one coverage and hit it.
The flea flicker. Rodgers buys time, throws, and that's incomplete. Probably low that time by the Bengals who have 2.
You see Aaron Rodgers is frustrated there. Little miscommunication, even with the motion. I don't think everybody was on the same page. Scotty Miller ended up going in motion, but Aaron Rodgers with that flea flicker, he's running to his right, and all the receivers are to his left. So this is a mix-up. And another 30
those facial expressions by Aaron. Look at the perfectionist. 3rd and 4.
There's a hard count. I'll get the first down.
Play clock at 1. Rodgers dancing deep downfield and a little too deep that time for Tyler Smith. The touchdown pass for down.
Yeah, Josh Newton on him. Josh Newton is a corner, but he's got some good size to him. And you can think it's a matchup advantage for Pittsburgh. You can see the awareness and a little bit of hand contact, but a good job of getting his eyes back to the quarterback. If that ball's on the money, I think he's close enough there to be able to make a play on it.
The Steelers did not get the first down.
Jones sets up at the 10-yard line. Irvin gets it away. Jones will go 4 and make the fair catch at the 17-yard line. And that is where the Bengals go with this drive. So Aaron Rodgers, you know what his emotions are.
Alerts, the red orbs that you see under the select defensive players, and identifies them as a threat to blitz the quarterback. It's generated by Prime's AI on every down basis. So keep alert for those red orbs.
From the 17-yard line. On the outside, Chase fights his way for a gain of 8. Tackled there by Gullion, and we second down and short.
One of the matchups tonight that would be critical for Joe Flacco in this offense to figure out versus TJ Watt on one side and Nick Herbig and Alex Highsmith on the other. And right now, the rookie out of Ohio State, Jack Sawyer's in the game, so trying to keep everybody fresh. They've got a great deal of depth there, those outside linebacker spots. But can the Bengals protect Flacco there against that edge pressure?
Second down, 2. Changing the line. Chase Brown is the back. Flacco gets rid of it. Hurry! And it's incomplete. Double coverage. Jake Brown wants to flag, and they get one.
Oh no, not pass interference.
Defense number 24.
We just talked
has the Bills against Porter.
The Steelers not afraid to play man. That's pretty obvious. I mean, they both the right and the left hand. Left hand got in there and grabbed the hold of the jersey. And you can see that's kind of a game within a game. We talked about the outside linebackers and the pressure. The other obvious matchup is Chase and Higgins against his secondary.
14-yard penalty. First down over the 39-yard line. More than 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Oh, incomplete.
Second and 10.
It's a rare occurrence. Ball looked like it went through his hands. Looked like he started to time his jump and maybe lost his footing. Slay's thinking, man, I could have had a pick. It might have gone off his face mask. Through the hands and then off the face. Yeah, right there of Darius Slay. Got him Slay pretty quickly after it went off the hands of Jamar Chase.
Slay ran last year with the Philadelphia Eagles. First year here. He was through there. Smoky P. Ryan. Third down and 5.
You got to understand that Zach Taylor realizes, even though the numbers show they struggle to run the football, you go against this kind of pass rush. The best thing he can do for his tackles tonight is be able to make them think that the run is in play. You can't run for 45 yards against the Steelers. You've got to be able to continue to be bullish with that run game on early downs.
Third and 5. Hands in the pocket. Finds his man underneath. Picks up the first down. This is the Noah Fant. With Bill Flacco played when they were both in Denver.
A little bit of a delay where he comes out. Watch the eyes of Flacco move the linebackers. He looks left, he clears them out. Peyton Wilson, and then just truly checks it down. There's a look at TJ Watt. There's a little bit of a chip there to find it before he made that catch and leaped out.
From the Pittsburgh 48-yard line.
It's swapped. It's swapped.
Sean Elliott came in on a blitz. Knocks Flacco down. And then Brown can handle it second down.
Elliott comes also. Queen comes on a kind of a green dog blitz, waiting to see what the back's doing. If he catches his ball, he's got another 20 yards after the catch. Heck of a job by Joe Flacco to see that blitz and know what the answer is that quickly in this offensive structure. He had the answer, the back just dropped it.
David Price got knocked down. Second down, 10. On the ground now. This is P. Ryan to the 44-yard line. He goes. It'll be third down and 6. And 3:40 to go in the opening frame.
So far, 2 of 3 on third down. I think Pittsburgh, they've done a good job of mixing up their looks, but they're trying to keep Zach Taylor and Joe Flacco off guard. Remember, as good as Joe Flacco is, he's still new to this system, so it's affected his eyes with pre and post snap looks. It's amazing how comfortable he looks just in 10 days in this offense.
Sebastian motion sets up in the slot down on the left side. They clock down.
Oh, full studs.
We got a full start on the part of the Bengals. Full start. Offense 71. Right tackle under is Mims.
We're used to talking about the job that Aaron Rodgers does with the snap count. Good job of using that hard count with Mims ends up moving, but he's probably going to pull the defense off sides.
Ramsey.
Jalen Williams.
Third down and 11. And Lucy Ford unable to hold on.
He did not get the first down again. Yes.
Close to a first down instead of 4th and 11.
He got to the inside of Porter, and Flacco wants to give the ball just to have a chance to run after the catch. And usually he's very short-handed. He dropped a few last week against Green Bay. They get him the ball, and especially with all the attention and 1 and 5 are going to get on the outside. He's got to have a big night for this Bengals offense, and he drops that big throw there on third down.
After Brown had dropped another throw earlier. So they drive Boggs down. Rico to punt. Keyshawn Williams, a rookie from Indiana. Have to try to hold it in, which he will. Maybe.
Oh, fair catch interference.
PK Jules. And the flag comes in.
Just a lack of awareness. Just never found the football. He wasn't coming down with bad intentions. He just got lost where he was.
Yes.
15 yards.
So fair catch interference. Pretty clear right there. 2:45. Go in the quarter. Pittsburgh with the ball in the lead.
Big dinner box, 8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas. Big dinner box, 8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas. Everybody wins. Get what you want, get what they need with a big dinner box. Only from the hood. Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Available at the Home Depot.
Influences aren't new. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
In 1941, the Jeep broke the book on four-wheel drive.
Years later, the Jeep brand is still influenced. Some create trends. We create our own trail. Some send a smiling emoji. We smile for real.
Don't call it a comeback.
Jeep, there's only one.
Right now, during the Jeep Drive into Fall event, purchase and get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry, this great offer ends November 3rd.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Man, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that.
If you're having your monster squad for a hair-raising movie night, watch family favorites like Two Trolls Band Together, Hotel Transylvania 4, and Wicked. We used to say once in a while, Hotel Transylvania. So there is the Reds Hall of Fame. Yep. I did the Reds between 71 and 73. Red Barber on top. Marty Barnman succeeded me for 46 years. Yep. I did 3. Marty did the next 46.
You started with the early Big Red Machine, and then Marty took it from there.
Marty took it from there. A couple of championships along the way. You were a big Reds fan. I know that. Pittsburgh now starts in the 27-yard run. Nice drive. Scored on their opening drive. Lead 7-0. Pass is scored on the outside. This is Roman Wilson.
So in this town, listening to Reds baseball, this, is sacred. My generation, as you said, I can go to bed at night listening to Marty Brown and Joe Nuxhall. A lot of people would go and listen to you in Nuxhall call games, right?
I heard George Clooney once. I met him and he said, I was the kid in bed with the transistor radio. He said, you? 2nd and 6. Rogers buys a lot of time.
First down. Yes.
Extending the play, buying time, picking up the first.
41 years old, set it up after the first drive. I don't care how old he is. He's 74, come on back in again. Welcome aboard, Spencer Anderson. Like Allison, you'll be hearing that a lot. But Aaron Rodgers right now not getting pressure. Trey Hendrickson with him out. This is a defensive line that cannot get after the quarterback unless they blitz.
40. Toss it back.
Got the first down. Yes.
That's 1,200 pounds. Look at 80 channeling the outside linebacker, Demetrius Knight. I mean, how would you like to run behind that? We saw Warren, now you can look at Gainwell, who's been a great addition coming over from Philly.
That's what to defend that. 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. The clock all the way down to the juggle by Rodgers, who's able to get it away. To Gainwell. Short game. Kaylee, we go.
Guys, you got to be about your business when Darnell Washington is run blocking. That's the warning Pat Queen had for any defender going up against that huge dude who can also run routes and get vertical, as he called him. But hey, don't judge Washington based only on that menacing frame. Jalen Warren told me Washington's a comedian. How about that?
Well, he's a comedian until you have to defend him. At some point, Kirk, he could wind up as the left tackle, but he could.
Yeah.
To make a lot more money than you make as a tight end. The first things first. 2nd and 10. Pass goes to the outside. Seeing bounce. Picking up extra yards. That time was Jalen Warren. And they will take
That's the other quarter, number one.
Number 1 is
hard at work? What are you? What? Why are there so many spider webs? What has he been doing?
As long as I don't have to see a spider. If I see a spider, I'll leave the house.
I think you spoke too soon. Finally. No, I want him to leave.
beautiful shot of downtown Cincinnati. Riverfront, the Ohio River. Tonight's aerial coverage presented by Verbo. So the Steelers have now gone 56 consecutive regular season games, 74 points in the first quarter. That's the equivalent of about almost 3.5 seasons. Arthur Smith is the offensive coordinator, and long ago the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. 3rd down and 3 now as we start the second quarter. Cincinnati. And
They got the first down. Yes.
the first is those spots just inside the 40-yard line.
Who's Al Golden, new defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, came over from Notre Dame. Had a good players and what they're trying to do. It's really a transition period. You see Eric Carter, 49, now the rookie with the green dot. Logan Wilson playing some tonight because they go to that jumbo look, but the captain of his defense has not been playing as much as he wanted.
Yeah, Golden's still trying to figure it out and get it together with these guys. As Daniel takes the toss. After a gain of 4, Geno Smith puts it parted ways with Lou Anarumo, and he went up the freeway to Indianapolis, and what a job he's been doing. So Golden comes in for Anarumo. Meanwhile, this defense, 30th in points, 31st in yards, and 31st against the pass, 28th against the run.
Well, coaches will be the first ones to tell you how much you're a great coach when you have great players. And Lou 3 or 4 or 5 years ago was looked at as a premier head coach, and then all of a sudden, the last couple of years, they kept quite the personnel, and everybody said, "Well, Tony's going to be the fall guy. See you later." He goes to Indy, and as you said, doing a heck of a job there.
2nd and 7. Pass.
Got the first down. Yes.
With another catch. He's already caught 3 now, including a touchdown for 28 yards.
This has been most of Aaron Rodgers' attack this year with Art Smith. It's just like quick throws. So he looked left, came back right. How about the addition of Jonnu Smith and being able to pick up him? You said Minkin out of Miami, you get Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey, and both those guys have been big impact players for the Steelers.
Taken by the Bengals.
Cincinnati takes their first time out of 30 seconds.
Yeah, you're talking about the quarterbacks, and both of them getting rid of the ball quickly. But that's the entire National Football League right now. It really is.
Yeah, and I think it's an answer to the trend defensively, where you play a lot of shell, 2 deep, 2 safeties back, forcing teams like Patrick Mahomes and some. That's really where it started with Kansas City. And everybody now said, okay, let's take away that firepower. Let's keep 2 safety back, make these quarterbacks be patient. And you see it all over, but with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, he's so quick to see it. It's so quick to get it out with that quick release. And I'll tell you, they have one receiver, DK Metcalf, and they got 4 tight ends. They have a unique way of attacking you. It's very different from what most defenses see week in and week out.
Well, they could score on a 14-play drive. Yep. Love that quick strike. Quick flip there again. Nice move. And picking up 9 that time is Scotty Miller. Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. Back when Brady was with the Buccaneers in 2020.
And see, this is one where it's a run play, but then he just has an alert with it, where he's looking out there and he's saying he gave a little quick hand signal. He's just going to flip it out there. Offensive line's running a run play. He does this all the time. Flips it out there. He's got space and gets positive yards on 1st and 10.
Warren lets himself.
Got the first down. Yes. Touchdown, but there's a flag on the field. Obviously, we call against the defense. Goal against Frazier.
I think you can get it on either Washington or Zach Frazier, but it happened right in front. He flips the ball. Here's 54, obviously, right in the middle. And the cutback, sometimes the defense tries to use leverage to get back, grab it onto the jersey.
So that negates the Pittsburgh touchdown. Makes it 2nd down and 11. Surveys this time. On the move. Has more time. Takes a toss. Slides to a stop in the 20-yard line.
It's just incredible how little of a pass rush this Bengals defense has without Trey Henderson. It's just a non-factor. I mean, this offensive line is good, but Aaron Rodgers is back there. Let's see. Step around, step out, this time.
What's the line to look? 3rd and 5. 7 yards. Looking for completion number 10. There's a sack. Rolls to his left. Has time again. The pass is pulled in. A little short of the first down that Dean was. So he finds the man. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
Well, that time Osai did a good job of getting some pressure. It's the first time really we've seen that without blitz when somebody got in there early enough to make Rodgers have to roll out. But with the completion, they got a shot here to go for it, and they are. They go to pick that big outfit, bring Spencer Anderson, Darnell Washington. Look at this.
Check this out.
Did he get the foot out? Oh, hold on. It's the flag in the field. The full studs.
They put Connor Hayward under center, the tight end, and just putting him in there sometimes it can affect the rhythm. Really, it's on the right side of the offensive line, firing out there before the ball was snapped. So that penalty will push him back. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. This is their first chance to push him.
Look at that with Washington.
He's
Rodgers is just standing back there. He's not going to that. Meanwhile, here's Boswell to attempt a
Field goal for field goal.
season.
Made the field goal. Yes.
Settle for 3 with 10 and a half to go in the half. Cincinnati on the second night.
I'm an angel. You know, to be honest, it was shocking to me. Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us, because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback that you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just my personal feelings. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But he knew what he was doing. Oh, certainly did. Sure. Talking about the trade of Flacco inside the division, T-Ryan running back to the 29-yard line. Well, this, 19 years in the league. He's the longest tenured manager or coach in baseball, football, basketball, or hockey right now. So you always know where Mike stands. And he was not happy about that particular trade at this time of the season.
It's amazing that he just said what he thought. It was, people are like, oh, you got to play Cleveland. Are you sure you want to just He's like, I've been doing this long enough. When certain things happen, I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to say what I think. And why you want to help a team within your division?
From the 23-yard line. Chase down. They chase him down, but not until he picks up a gain almost to midfield.
It's a good job by the offensive line. They walk Deshaun Elliott up. Look at all these Pittsburgh Steelers jerseys up there. But a heck of a job on that outside zone play, just pushing it, just clearing it out, and letting Chase Brown have some room to work. Like I said, he's not had very many opportunities like that. He's got great vision. He's powerful, has outstanding acceleration. And that time, heck of a job on that left side of the offensive line to open that one up.
Longest run of the season by plenty, 27 yards. The longest run of the season at this point had been 13 yards on a time that was taken.
The timeout was called by Bay Cool Fence coach.
First quarterback since 1974 when the Dallas Cowboys sent Craig Morton from the Cowboys to the New York Giants.
That's what Mike Tomlin referred to. A long time.
A lot of people were surprised, that when Parsons got traded inside the NFC, and Dallas was going to play Green Bay a couple of weeks later too.
Right. And with Jake Burrow, he shows that he's done in the last 2 years that he's capable. With Joe Burrow down, it just felt like Jake Browning 8 interceptions in 3 games. It was a lifeless franchise. And Joe Flacco, as you saw in the second half of this last week, brought some hope and some belief.
First down. Look out. What happens to my Chuck Clark? Been doing that for a few years for the Baltimore Ravens. Knocks him down. Stop the ball on second down and 16.
Now that looked like he was in the flat. He was in center field. I mean, he came 20 to 25 yards, just almost mirroring Chase Brown out of the backfield and timed that up perfectly in the open field. Great play by Clark.
9 minutes to halftime. Four-man rush. Goes off the spot. Takes the pass to the 45-yard line. The use of 3rd and 10.
Mockery, cheer. Mentioned the drops last week and dropping one early tonight. Can't believe that was encouraging.
This is old Bronx cheer. About 800 miles west. 3rd and 10. Fires on the middle. Finds his man. 30-yard line. Right on the money. To Jamar Chase. And that gets the crowd back into it. First down.
Good job here by Zach Taylor. Chipping both sides. Fan on TJ Watt and D-Ryan on the other side to help out Orlando Brown. So Joe Flacco with enough time. That's the big key. Will he have time to allow Jamar Chase and T. Higgins win tonight? That time he did on 3rd and 10. It's holding up okay on the offensive line pass pro so far.
Flacco 7 of 11 for 51. Trouble. He holds on to it. Picks up 8. Jamar Chase. 3 times.
Yeah, he did. But Joe Flacco, what he does a great job of is just seeing that for whatever reason the Steelers gave him soft coverage, a cushion. He saw it, did not hesitate at all, and immediately fired it out there to Jamar Chase. There's the cushion by Slay. Heck of a job. Athletic, but he ends up helping him out with that spin move to get down the sideline away from Slay.
Chase is good as a catch at wide out in the NFL. 4 catches, 32 yards. He run in the backfield.
A false start.
Flag here. Checking with the rates.
Offensive rating. Part
of last week, what I think stood out to a lot of people who watched Cincinnati play, when he got in on a Tuesday night, from Cleveland, trying to learn the playbook with Zach Taylor. The operation, forget about winning and losing, the operation, not having a lot of penalties, knowing where to go with the football, it blew a lot of people's minds watching Flacco do that. There, it's like you hear 80 on the penalty, but that was a mix-up maybe with Joe and the offensive line, so you didn't see a lot of that at all against the Packers last week.
Second down. The good run here. So it's a P-run. Takes up the first. Back to their right belly.
Drew Sample does a good job right here, just kind of kicking out, pushing Herbig to the outside, and then Tinsley gets up underneath to be able to help out as a receiver trying to dig out a safety. He's working up to 23 there, so actually goes over into the inside on 22. So good job there. This is the best they've looked all year, running the football and moving people around.
Seventh play of a drive that started back into the 28-yard line.
Oh,
In a fight where the Steelers think they have the ball, a wrestling match, officials come in to grab a closer look. Who's got it?
Oh, they went down. T. Higgins.
Is a catch. Second down.
It's a tip by Cam Hayward. The Steelers are notorious for doing this. 97 gets a hand on the ball. Look at the length by T. Higgins. Look at the hands. Right
yep,
there.
the state's incomplete.
The beauty of being 6'4" and having that kind of wingspan. And then, of course, he catches everything with his hands. That's a big play.
Hayward's been banging passes down for over his 15 years in the NFL. On the ground here, taking it for a first down and first and goal, set up by Chase Brown. So they finally get a running game going after 6.5 games.
And again, Drew Sample, Pittsburgh getting really aggressive out in this red zone area. Brady's linebacker Sample again picks up a would-be blitz there by Patrick Queen. And then a combination by the rookie Jalen Rivers and Ted Karras open that up for the first down.
First and goal.
The process of the catch, even in the end zone. His ball comes out when he spins around and goes to the ground. I'll be surprised if they hold this one up. Once the ball come out, unfortunately, he does not complete the process of the catch, and I think they'll wave this one off.
So they lined up for the extra point, but if the officials see what we're seeing, they're going to bring it back.
Terry, you want to jump in here real quick?
Yeah, Kirk, it's clearly incomplete. He never gets control.
Tuesday down in review. The pass has been ruled incomplete.
This is more incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Sometimes there's confusion on completing the process of the catch in the end zone, outside of the end zone. Terry clearing that up perfectly for us. You can see the ball is never secure once he hits the ground.
Assistant Chuck Clark, who made the contact. So Shakes can't hold on. Back we go to 10-0. And it's second down again.
At the 8-yard line, second down.
The 10th play of this drive started back at the 28-yard line.
Oh, hold on, there's a flag in the field.
Ramsey looking back. Ramsey trying to get offensive interference there.
Defense number 5. Here is the call. It's open for a touchdown.
And it's on Ramsey.
This is a
Yes, the fields against Ramsey.
So now the extra point with McPherson to try to make it 10-7. And that is the score now with 4:38. So Chase with a drop, comes right back, takes the catch, 3-point game.
This year in the NFL, the season, the Bengals trying to deal with Aaron Rodgers not only the threat to that jumbo package and getting lined up and dealing with the physicality, but now with number 8 back there, you got to get ready to hold man out quick and get all to sleep and they can double move you like they did to DK in that opening drive and hit you for a big one.
Rodgers ready to go back here. Person. Since he's on the 4-yard line. Some space. Back up to the 30. Let me tell you something else. The head coach was an offensive coordinator. That led him being the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. And knowing what he's doing here, he'll be in the mix again with our openings.
Totally agree. And I just feel like with Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, new pieces, offensive line getting more and more comfortable. You got 3 offensive linemen with Frazier, McCormick, and Alexander, who just still setting your guys feeling out. This offense now to week 10, week 12, week 15, it's just growing every single week.
Rodgers. Last night, how much he loves working with Arthur Smith. I can see the similarities. They like to bust each other's chops. Off the fake. Going deep downfield.
No!
Now I think the question is whether or not he was touched. This Jordan Battle playing center field, reading the eyes with a single high safety. That's where they're going to take their shots to Metcalf. But a heck of a job there. The poor decision by Aaron Rodgers to throw that to the inside. He looks like he was touched by Metcalf. right there. And so the ball come all the way back to up the 24, 23-yard line. See, not in that safety. He thinks he's got a shot to take one downtown to DK Metcalf. But even the corner Turner's in really good position, and then Battle comes over and makes the interception.
The field was an interception. We're going to take a look to see if the intercepting player was down by contact where he caught the football. That appears to be the case.
The ball right now is at the Pittsburgh 45. I think it's going to go all the way back.
They're looking back already.
And Cincinnati about 24 yards.
The intercepting player was down by contact. 24-yard line. First down.
What?
One of my favorite things is the expedited review.
It's great. Terry Bucks. So you go from the Pittsburgh 45 all the way back to the 24,
31-yard swing.
31 yards, 425, plenty of time. Bengals get the ball and they start the second half after deferring. Bengals fired up. Just picked off Aaron Rodgers.
It's another Thursday night game. We've been on some roll lately. Here we go again. 3-point game, 4.5 to go. In the opening half. Big ball here once again. Past the 40 to midfield. And this running game, which was non-existent, is on fire tonight. Chase Brown is on for 37 yards. He's already run for 74.
Reisner 66 has a heck of a block sustaining. You see Ted Harris. What a move there by Chase Brown. Look at Jamal Chase. Rose obviously a great receiver, showing some great leadership there. Good effort to get involved, trying to get corner off of him. I'm just happy and excited about that. Than one of these catches that he makes. That's leadership right there by Jamal Chase.
This team came in, we mentioned it before, 57 yards per game rushing. Tonight, closing in on the button. Here comes the flag. We have Ramsey and Chase again.
Flag is down.
He takes chances. He's very good. Very deep. He's had a great career. In Cincinnati, they're going to have him right now.
Ramsey again.
Now he gets to the inside. There's the left arm grabbing a hold of Jamar Chase's shoulder. Cincinnati, they'll jump into a 6-week. Listen, they're probably going to double team Jamar Chase. They're probably going to put Jalen Ramsey on him. They're going to do everything they can. And guess what? That doesn't mean we can't still go to him. How about the 2 catches he had last week in Green Bay? It's covered.
He's already drawn 6 pass interference penalties this season, most in the league. One to the outside. Another decent run. He runs successfully to the 29-yard line.
It's Drew Sample, Mike Gesicki, Tanner Hudson. Both those guys are receiving tight ends. Nobody really talks about 89. And for this team to run the football, they had a double team there on the left side by Reisner and Orlando Brown. And the guy who could really sprung that was 89 Sample. This team's running the football. Like you said, look at those numbers.
Second down and 4 against Pittsburgh. The throw. Inside the 10.
T against got touchdown.
He moves the linebacker, Holcomb here, and then he's got to worry about the safety getting down. Move the linebacker, getting off early, and that gives T. Higgins a chance to be able to pull away from the safety.
Flacco now over 100 yards, 102. Rodgers is at
I want the Chargers to win next week Thursday.
Upset your horses and going to have a big night. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. This team has responded.
Of course, it reminds us of the game in Cleveland a couple of years ago. The Jets against Clinton and Flacco led them into the playoffs. And as they left the field that night, the crowd was chanting Flacco, Flacco, Flacco.
Great night.
They see that again. 5-yard line. Gainwell to run this one back. Gainwell. Next Eagle up to the 31-yard line to start from there. 2:47 and a half time.
So now they attack here. Of course, plenty of time to be patient with the running game. They've been seeing the jumbo look. This is an offense. When it comes to receivers, they have DK Metcalf. They have DK Metcalf and 4 tight ends. And Jalen Ward and Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield. With Calvin Austin down, who's the next receiver? If they try to take DK Metcalf away, make somebody else beat him, who is that guy going to be?
Because they're going to roll with Wilson more well. He's got bumping in for 4 yards. Flip here. Warren.
Oh no, fumble. A fumble. It's a fumble.
Wearing the green diamonds. A great leader comes in. You can see the elbow.
One was down by contact.
Comes out. Top by the officials. On top of it. Side. That's at the end. You put it up.
It's a first down. Yes. They'll take us to Smith warning.
Okay, where are they going? Are they going to the castle? Come on, bus. Nowhere around. Why should it be? No more tomatoes and spaghettos, okay? No more props and spaghettos, no more swimming costumes, none of that. No more tomatoes and spaghettos, okay? No more props and spaghettos, no more swimming costumes, none of that. Why they come back? Oh no, did they die of a heart attack? Yeah, we know that. That's only 2 employees, right? What's that, Greg? What about George? What coworkers do their briefcase? They want their job.
Merry Christmas, Scotia. Play Dirty, rated R. Watch now, only on Prime.
Play Dirty, watch it now, only on Prime Video.
There they are, the Fantastic fun coming up on the State Farm halftime show. What a job you did there. Look at you. The Who Day thing.
He was fired up.
But wait, you won your Super Bowl with the Rams. Okay? Nice career here, but a legend.
Longevity. He was 10
Close.
and then just waltzes out to LA and wins the Super Bowl.
Of course. That's how you end your career, right?
Exactly.
How we did it. Money did it. Meanwhile, 1:58 to go. In the first half, it's a 1st and 10. You're back to the 48-yard line. Well, he ended up with a 5 here for Jayden Lawrence for the 47.
Obviously, plenty of time, 3 timeouts. Nobody better in command than Aaron Rodgers. And again, the question is outside of DK Metcalf, who will step up? If the Bengals take that away with a double team.
Well, he just went past Ben Roethlisberger for passing yardage. 5th on the all-time list. Gain of a couple here, so on 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Marcus Smith sends in the play.
This Jenkins said his name much tonight, but he made a heck of a play right there. Because if he didn't make that play, and linebacker jumped down, it's 1st down yardage. He took it down with great quickness.
Another first down. Yes.
Surprised the Bengals are getting such depth there with the linebackers.
And the first time was called by Mike Tomlin.
You like smelling daddy, or you like smelly daddy? Where's your time for? Yes. How many jumps?
49 seconds, 2 timeouts. Rodgers and the Steelers at the Cincinnati 41-yard line. The back is Gainwell. He makes the catch and he falls out. Right there. So now you got another timeout taken. So we're talking to Tomlin yesterday about lining up with Aaron Rodgers. So you start to talk, and only the way Mike would put it is just, I wasn't in the speed dating. So we had a number of conversations. It took a while. Aaron hadn't even thought about retiring. There were a couple of other options that he had. But he seems to have found the right fit right now.
And he made it very clear he had some things going on in his life. He wasn't necessarily in a hurry either. He said that chased some people away, and it was just not meant to be for him to end up in Pittsburgh. And he could not have gone on enough about the organization, the city, Tomlin, the structure, everything. How much he loved being a part of it.
2nd and 13, the pass is
Pass is caught. Yes.
Say it bounds. They're going to say yes. Meanwhile, the Bengals line up with the ball. The official has stopped there and will be the line to gain and beyond. Even though Cincinnati's not showing we've got the ball. So Carter.
20, pulling out of DK Metcalf's arms and has the interception. If he got his feet down, he definitely got the ball out.
They got the conference going on. The crowd, of course, is responding to what you see, the replay.
He definitely has the football. I think it's more about the feet down. What an effort here by Turner to get this ball out. Just to get it out. The right foot's definitely down. Let's see it here.
Terry, what do you see?
I see an interception. The defender takes the ball away. The knee gets down inbound. through contact with the ground.
Let's not lose sight of how that is a huge, not just the time of this play. What a play by Turner.
If you need that before the hand was out of bounds.
After a clear discussion, the ruling on the field is an interception by Cincinnati.
Rodgers has a stern word with Clay Martin. And not only will the Bengals snag this drive and get the ball back, they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Valentine's on that. DJ Turner right now is clear as well.
Rodgers' second turnover.
DJ Turner does not give up on this play. The third-year player out of Michigan, he beat.
Intercepted by Turner the second.
He gets the turnover.
Tremendous play.
It's first down, Cincinnati.
40 seconds. Meanwhile, you have one timeout for Cincinnati.
DJ Turner the second. Intercepted by DJ Turner. Intercepted by DJ Turner the second.
He's up. And up. To the outside. He's going to make it. Is he inbound? Yes. Chase again.
I mean, what's this? 10 days he's been in this city. You know how long it takes for quarterbacks and receivers to work on timing? Look at these balls out. Balls out. Jamar Chase didn't turn. Right in his lap. Joe Flacco is a unicorn. What is he doing?
You got to look at this again. Did he get both feet in?
It's a complete pass. That play is now under review.
They're gonna review it.
Does he get both feet in?
Well, the right foot's in. The question is, does the left foot drag? The left toe had the drag. The right foot is down.
All right, they're going to check this out.
Right foot's down. Is the left foot?
That's a catch. Here's the big. That can lose.
Popeye.
What's the point of this? Okay. Cool. I don't think it's gonna put all sex in you. Sure they do. It's gonna fit 8.
What?
I don't think it's gonna fit all sex in you. Sure they do. It's gonna fit 8. It's not gonna work. Is it gonna run away from the shadow?
It's nothing to do with how fast you run. Mr. Elephant having a lot of fun.
What's the point of this?
No shooting.
Okay. Cool. I don't think it's gonna fit all sex in you. Sure they do. It's gonna fit 8.
The pass was incomplete.
Yes!
That wasn't the problem. Use your big problem. Lost control of the ball.
Yeah, you see the ball, both hands came off the football. So we're focused on the feet. And did he drag? And he did, but he lost possession.
So it's 37 seconds. You go back now to the 30-yard line. And it's a second and 10. Again, they have one time left remaining. Again, the sideline. Chase has to try to get out of bounds, which he now does. To save that timeout, tackle there by Thornhill, gain of 12, first down.
Good job to fight to get out of bounds. Remember, Evan McPherson, he hit one last week from 67, even though he got waved off. So he has plenty of leg in this new world that we live in the NFL with kickers. So you're trying to get to the inside the Pittsburgh 45-yard line. You can start really thinking you got a shot here.
Yeah, that would have been an NFL record, but Matt LaFleur had other ideas. But the timeout for Billy Ray. Snap, well, to the outside again. Chase making the catch here. Chase against Ramsey. What a matchup.
Yeah, back-to-back plays with that one timeout, working the boundary with Jamar Chase. Jalen Ramsey, you see the leverage to the outside, but the route goes in and then back out. Look at the location of the football. Let him get his feet down and get out of bounds. One thing we've learned about Joe Flacco in 10 days and 2 games. Write him down. Where is number one? That's where he's throwing the football.
Second and 1. If they didn't get another yard here, you'd have a 67-yard attempt. Second and 1. Pressure coming. Over the middle. Passes a little low. And they have a flag coming in. And Joey Porter says you have to be good. T. Higgins intended to receive.
It's been a rough first time for the Steelers secondary with these penalties. This again, the matchup we're going to see Joey Porter with the length against T. Higgins on the wing.
As the Bills gets Porter again.
So be it. Ball to 37-yard line. 20 seconds. Flacco. To the outside, too high this time. Once more trying to get the Chase. Covered by Ramsey. Got 4 seconds on the clock. 16 ticks on.
And most important thing, as always, holding on to that one timeout. Continue to work the boundary. I'm surprised that Jalen Ramsey, he's giving that boundary up to Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase keeps setting him up inside as if he's going to go by him to the inside. And all it takes is a little bit of movement from Jalen Ramsey to allow Chase back out. And they got Porter up at the top against Ramsey. Safety help.
Flacco over the middle. Yardage here. Little fan makes that catch. And they've got the timeout, which they will use and set up the field goal attempt for 3 seconds. Cincinnati, no time.
Bengals head coach will take his last timeouts.
Has Jamar Chase done so far? 11 targets, 7 passes. And they spot the ball at 39, so a 49-yard field goal attempt. William Wagner snap it. Pittsburgh hold it.
Good for field goal.
With a 7-point lead. Third 49. Take this up.
Made the field goal.
Crazy stuff happening on Thursday nights every week.
The TV freezed. Oh. Oh, hang on. TV is freezing up. Well, I don't know what to tell you. The TV froze on me.
situations where he's making plays with his legs, extending that play when it breaks down and nobody's open down the field. One of the best to ever do it when he gets in those situations. I'm not sure this is the right play right here. Well, just some frustration. This is the frustration that he's having right there. We didn't get to it, but he did have some opportunities to make some plays with his legs, extend those plays, throw it to the tight end. I was talking about that in the pregame show. Johnny Smith scored a touchdown on it. But this is a tough situation for the Steelers to be right now. They're going to have to come from behind.
We mentioned those miscues there. Pittsburgh's the second least penalized team in the league, and they already have 6 tonight for a total of 51 yards. All right, next week we're headed out west. It's Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings beat Justin Herbert in the Los Angeles Chargers. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Joe Flacco, 10 games and 2 ball games. T. Higgins for a 29-yard touchdown pass. It's Higgins' 3rd touchdown of the season. In just a moment.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the expertise of this talking head. Welcome to the show. I'm Ryan Fitzpatrick. But getting that talking head.
And I'm Ryan Fitzplastic. You get it done, plastic. I'm plastic. I'll introduce you to my beard guy if you like.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Get off me. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I've done nothing but represent this organization the right way. Now I'm faced with decision.
I think you should be on the Eagle.
It's gonna show me what I'm saying.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Tune in Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern to NFL Network for Rams Jaguars live from London, presented by NetApp. Then Week 7 continues on CBS and Fox, followed by Sunday Night Football on NBC. And Week 7 concludes with 2 games Monday night on ESPN and ABC. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
Tonight's first half highlights are brought to you by iPhone. In Cincinnati, the Bengals take the field with Joe Flacco. The Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday Night Football. Throws and it is all in for the touchdown. Flacco walks one. Chase makes this catch. The throw and ends inside the 10. Higgins in the end zone. First half, it was 10-0 Pittsburgh. And Cincinnati lost 17 unanswered points. 17-10. The Bengals in the last 4 games had a total of 9 points in the first half. Compositely, point 17 and 2 touchdowns. 11 touchdown passes this season. Those in the first 6 games as a Steeler. Back all the way to the Reds. That one was 6. Run stories right there. Quarterback on Harrison. Joe Flacco 1.9. Rodgers is going for 1.8. So the 2 coaches, the 2 quarterbacks. You got 1 team coming in with a 3-game winning streak. Pittsburgh 4-1. And Cincinnati with a 4-game losing streak. And Flacco has come to town. And it's to display the practice. Bengals get the ball. Run back to the 33-yard line by Erod. Moments ago, it was Mike Tomlin.
Mike, you guys had control of this game early, and then the Bengals came alive. What did you tell your team at the half?
It's simple from my perspective. We have to take care of the football and we got to stop the run. We turned the ball over twice and ran for 100 yards in the first half, and that's not a recipe for winning football. We got to take care of the ball. We got to stop the run. We'll be okay.
And what about Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? What adjustments can you make there?
It's less significant. It's the fact that they're on schedule. We got to stop the run, man, and put them behind the sticks, and that'll be less significant.
Yeah, who would have figured they had to stop the run? Cincinnati has never run with him. Meanwhile, he almost escaped the chase, but tripped up like Darius Slade. Just enough to knock him down and for game 4.
There are 9 Steelers in the box. So he took the easy way. That's an alert. That's an easy answer. If they're overmatched at the line of scrimmage, he just flipped it out there to Jamar Chase. There was one man out there. So they don't make that tackle. That's a lot of yards. Goes with this first play of the second half.
Slade got hurt on the play. There he is. Up on one knee and now up. So Slade picked up in his 13th year. They went out, they got Slay, and they got Jalen Ramsey, and Mike Tomlin was saying, listen, we had to pick up some of these veteran guys because we were worried about Chase and Higgins facing them twice.
Yeah. And in fact, he's challenged them this week, guys. This is why we brought you in for this game. These receivers. And that first time, Mike Tomlin, it's all over it. He had 2 turnovers. Think about this. The Steelers are second in the NFL coming into that, +7. And the Bengals they've struggled all year. 29th at -4 in turnover margin, and they were able to create the 2 in that first half.
Just saw Brandon Echols on 26 who comes in to supplant Slay, at least for the moment. 2nd down and 5 now. Blackwell, that deep drop. It's Chase. And Chase goes forward, about a yard and inside the first down. Clean. 3rd down.
This is a game on a short week with the Steelers sitting at 4-1. And the Bengals, the closest team right now in the division at 2-4. This is a chance for a knockout punch for the Steelers to really extend their lead. And they knew they would take on a desperate team. The best thing you can do when you play a desperate team is knock them out early. And they had that chance, up 10-0. And the Bengals, to their credit, didn't back away. They just kept fighting back. And I think they realized what's at stake.
3rd and 2. Ground game again to the 45. Key run. So this team now over 100 yards, almost double what their average was for a game to this point in the season.
You can't say enough again about the offensive line. Much maligned offensive line. Dalton Reisner, who's in there left guard for Dylan Fairchild, the rookie, he has had a game. This is a tough defensive line and structure to be able to win the line of scrimmage. But even in 3rd and 2, you can see the push they got there to open it up for Piran.
Chase Brown back in, 30-74. Here he goes again. Nice game there, 8 yards into Pittsburgh territory, the 47-yard line.
Drew Sample sets the edge, and that allows left guard Reisner and the center. Once Ted Karras made the snap, and he and the left guard, they're going to pull around. Good job by 89 right there on the outside linebacker, Alex Highsmith. So once you get the edge set with 89, that allows the big lineman to come around downhill, and you get behind that if you're Chase Brown. Positive yards again on 1st and 10.
2nd and 3. Inside the 35, Darius Slay came back into the game. He makes that tackle. It's almost you're in disbelief right now.
And how about Joe Flacco? He's up under center. He makes the check. The reason he makes the check, look at all the jerseys up tight near the line of scrimmage. Why not go back to number 1 on the quick slant? If you're going to overload the line of scrimmage and you're going to leave the best receiver in the NFL one-on-one, no matter who the corner is, Joe Flacco is going to throw the football out there. Good recognition, 10 days of knowing this offense, and a good check there at the line of scrimmage.
To the outside. Chase again. Inside the 20. But you know what? We're watching Flacco for a lot of years. Does anybody throw the prettier spiral?
It's the combination of being shocked that the offensive line's giving him plenty of time. And there's the throw you're talking about, how tight the spiral is. I think he has so much more confidence throwing. He told us this week, he said, I just can't believe how good Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are. I always knew they were, but to be the guy that's throwing in the football, it gives you such confidence to get back and put the ball where you know they're going to make a play on it.
So those numbers, 11 catches for 99 yards. For number 1. To the ground again. Chase Brown with 7 carry, 7 for 84, 2nd and 7.
Well, that's how Patrick Queen actually shot the gap and got in there. One of the first times he's been able to get in there. But that time, Chase Brown was able to have a jump cut around him. So instead of a loss for maybe 2 yards, he's able to get some positive yards. Steelers been really dialing up the blitz all night, but especially when the Bengals have gotten down inside that 20-yard line.
Drive. Deep drive. Avoids the sack. Going for it all and just prepares that out of the end zone. 3rd and 7, you want to join the quarter. Usually they're medical team. So he's out. Snake who's down on one knee, but he is back in.
These third downs, we've seen obviously Jamar Chase targeted. The Bengals are 4 of 6 so far tonight on third down. It goes back to what Mike Tomlin told Kaylee about. We got to get him behind the sticks. Well, here's the opportunity. You got him in 3rd and 7. How are you going to hold up against these receivers?
Good job on that tonight. That is caught. Bengals making the tackle just a little short. You see where the official is lined up? The yard, maybe a millimeter or two less than that. Crowd, of course, wants him to go for it, and he will. 4th down and 1.
Zach Taylor knows
He's good goal for it.
Steelers are 4-1. You have an opportunity right now. They're up 7 points. Put your foot on the gas here, and you control the line of scrimmage for the most part, even in short yardage situations.
Running back is P-Ryan. One. He gets pushed. And then he got timeout.
Timeout called by.
That's a red flag. Maybe a challenge flag by Zach Taylor on the spot in the previous play. Yeah, spot, previous play.
There was thrown out at the very last second.
Prior to the snap, Cincinnati threw their challenge flag. The challenge ruling on the field of the previous play. And the runner was short of the line of the game. That play has been reviewed.
And Bengals head coaches get challenged.
He gets hurt from up top.
And Zach Taylor's get challenged.
You can't see the nation's fastest internet and wireless network, but you rely on it every day. You can't see the nearly 2.5 million connected businesses, but they fuel growth. And you can't see
Mr. Ball. Oh, there's Mr. Ball. I was looking everywhere for him. Last night, you see if the person is awake. Are you awake? Obviously not. It's a toy. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Do you know your name? My name is Giovanni Giorgio, but everybody calls me.
Oh, that's the. Short of the line to gain. This is an unsuccessful challenge. Cincinnati will be charged a timeout.
All right, so here's where we are. It's going to
And
be 4th down.
Bengals Zach Taylor just lost the timeout.
Move the ball a little closer from 1 yard out to half a yard, 20, whatever it is. 2 fifths of a yard.
You got to get right to the 8-yard line.
Exactly.
You're inside a half a yard.
There it is. What do you do here? You sneak it. You throw it. He runs the back.
They're pinching.
Push. And then So Flacco up from behind. Six up the first.
Drew Sample gets behind. Good surge in front. And then Sample making sure with the push from behind, plenty of room there to be able to pick up that first down. Needed about a half a yard, got about a yard and a half.
So Flacco's still only been here about a week or so. They've already figured out their own push. First and goal.
Got both receivers lined up to the left, stacked.
On the ground. Inside the 5. He runs. Second down and goal. Opening drive of the second half. They've already run 11 plays. 5 runs, 6 passes.
Mike Tomlin, when he was at the podium saying that he was shocked that the Browns would let go of a guy that they would name the starter on opening day and let him go to a team within the division that was clearly struggling at that position. And now he's facing a down 7, potentially down 14 in the third.
Yeah, shot and flipped off, too. Second and goal. To the end zone, knocked away. Pickens, the intended receiver, Ramsey in on that play. Third and goal.
That was a great play by Jalen Ramsey. We talked a lot about Chewy Porter being on T. Higgins. Watch this route. T. Higgins runs a clean route. It's just really good anticipation. I love the length there. What I really love is Jalen Ramsey's eyes the entire way were on Joe Flacco, which allowed him to time up and play that football and know exactly when it was in the air. When he hit go airborne, he knocked it away.
Ramsey comes from the trade and sent Fitzpatrick to the Dolphins. Third down and goal. Flacco. Rolling, looking, throwing into the dirt, incomplete. So now you got fourth down and goal.
Here's an interesting thing. They know that Joe Flacco wants to get the ball to Jamar Chase. So you got Jalen Ramsey on him. He has outside leverage. And the reason he has outside leverage is he has safety help to the inside there with 21, Chuck Clark. So that's exactly where when Flacco came rolling to his right, he was looking to Jamar Chase, but he was taken away and nowhere else to go with the football.
See, first and now, chip shot field goal attempt 23 yards. To try to make it a 10-point game.
Bengals made the field goal for the second time.
On a 20-10 lead in Cincinnati. We're back in 30 seconds. Joe Flacco. Well, he's been around. Everybody thought he was retired. 2 years ago, he said, well, he kind of got awkward. But he said, hey, congratulations for the good story. And he did Cleveland at first.
Yeah, and then back to Cleveland. But he has to go on his look on the sideline. Sometimes he's almost like he just looks so chill. You know, he did say it's kind of intentional. You know, he likes to look at this as a team game and what's my responsibility, and likes to just kind of gather his thoughts once they make the adjustments. So he's over there kind of chilling out.
Almost looks like a meditative look. 5-yard line. Gain well. Past the 30 to the 40-yard line. Good run back. We'll start from there.
So impressed with his offense. The operation has been clean for the most part. The timing between he and his own receivers has been clean. It's been a remarkable effort by Joe Flacco and his team. the days of Aaron Rodgers and his glory days in Green Bay, they're built for situations like this. You have 10, you got a receiver, and everybody out, you attack. Remember, this is an offense right now that has DK Metcalf. And they got a bunch of tight ends. They got a couple backs. It's a tough offense. The design of the Arch-Smith offense right now, and a lot of receivers, makes it very difficult to fight your way back even with an Aaron Rodgers.
Arnaz, 9 carries for 50 yards, second down and 5. Pass it again. Cut to the inside.
It's a first down. Yes.
Since then, back-to-back interceptions. And now their first possession here in the second half.
And both of those picks led to touchdowns by the Bengals. 6.5 left in the third quarter.
And he got the first down. Yes.
So even when you know it's coming with 1,000 pounds there on that right edge, the defense, watch how they flow. They're trying to get open here because they know what's coming, and you still can't stop it. You know, it's one thing to realize that all that weight is lined up against you, but if you just run with your ears back and you're just tearing off, the good back's going to cut back against that. That's exactly what Jalen Warren did there.
4-yard gain. It's their longest run of the season. Going again. 4 straight. And then a couple this time. Second down. Part of the work in Clemson.
It's a much better job that time on pursuit. Previous play, they were just flying to the outside to try to stop that powerful look. This time, Derek Carter attacking from the inside out, allowed him on that cutback to be able to make that play.
2nd and 8.
It's a tough matchup in the top of Darnell Washington, 300-pound tight end.
Goes that way. It's a complete good covering on the play.
The question is, who do you put on a 300-pound, 6'7" tight end?
You told me.
And they took Dax Hill on him. And Dax Hill's a talented player, 6 feet, 195 pounds. But you're out there on an island, it's a mismatch. And that's exactly why Aaron Rodgers wants to spread it out and throw the fade up to him.
Got the first down. Yes.
I saw this guy play a lot in college from the University of Michigan. He's had some injuries last year with the ankle. He's really like a rookie this year.
Hold on, there's a flag in the field.
Cincinnati trying to get a man off, but I don't know if Pittsburgh had the right as they were set in the formation.
Started at the 10. First and goal. Now, there are fouls by both teams on the play. Legal shift. Offense, number 4, Nick Set. Offside. Defense, number 58.
This foul's offset.
Player exiting the field and did not get off. So we have defensive too many players for him as well. Those penalties offset. First down. Back when we started, first and goal from the 10.
Yes.
tackle a 300-pound tight end. Demetrius Knight said, first of all, he did a good job of being disciplined because Aaron Rodgers had great mechanics. Did a good job of fooling some of this defense, but not 44. Good job of holding on for dear life on the big guy.
Second and 18, Rodgers throws. Rodgers went that time. DJ Turner doing it again. He cuts inside 32.
What a job of coming off of DK Metcalf. And he's out here, and look at his eyes. He sees where the football is thrown and immediately comes over to help out. That is a great play by DJ Turner.
Oh, he is hurt already. And we got injury timeouts.
So this will take him out of the secondary at least for one play. So a moment to. We talked to Aaron Rodgers yesterday, and the question was, you know what you're going to do after football? And he said, I'm going to disappear. He said, I've spent my whole life in the limelight. I said, I'm looking for the shadows. He's already had a darkness retreat, so the shadows at least will provide more light than the darkness retreat did.
Well, that quote was amazing. I've lived in the spotlight long enough. It's time to go to the shadows.
We'll see.
He said, you won't hear from me or see me for at least 4 years.
I wouldn't bet on that. But who knows? Anyway, first things first. Turner out. DJ Ivey in. 3rd and 18.
That play by Demetrius Knight against the big tight end. They don't score here. They can get a touchdown. That would have been a touchdown.
Touchdown, yes. Pat Fryermuth.
Split these safeties. Look when he releases his football. Right there. He's going to put it out in front in that big hole. And that's exactly how you do it. We're bragging about Joe Flacco. Get the ball out early. And there was that split safety look. That's what Fryermuth is known for. Being able to beat the zone down the seam. What a throw by Rodgers.
His 9th reception of the season. His first catch of the game.
hold on. I gotta go back.
to do. 136 hours later, we had one giant Amon-Ra St. Brown cake.
I want the Chargers to win next week, Thursday night. Chargers all the way.
Chargers next Thursday night. Boswell puts it in the air. Comes down at the 7-yard line. There is Eron.
Guys, in the AFC North, the best laid plans at quarterback have mostly gone awry. So here's the proof it started the year. With Lamar in Baltimore, Flacco in Cleveland, Burrow here in Cincinnati, and Rodgers in Pittsburgh. 5 weeks later, the Ravens are navigating Jackson's injury. The Browns turned to rookie Dylan Gabriel and traded Flacco across the state. And the last man standing, 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Guys, I just saw him crack a smile after that last touchdown for the first time since the first quarter.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of frowning and gesticulating until then. But there he is. He's been here before.
Yeah. No, it's at St. Thomas. There's 4 and 14 for the other 3 teams outside the Steelers collectively.
Yeah, who figured it? Because you figured it'd be as tough as any in the league coming into the season. You want to pass to the outside here in a short game. But tonight, if Pittsburgh wins, they have a 3.5-game lead at this point. In the middle of October, if they lose, it's a game and a half.
Yeah, very good. That's why I think Cincinnati came into this even in a short week, realizing what was at stake. And it just feels like this is a important deal to which way this game could go. The Steelers with the veterans, we haven't talked about TJ Watt a lot tonight. He hasn't made many plays. Nick Herbig, we came in thinking he and Alex Highsmith, all these guys, been quiet on that side of the ball. This is what great teams, those players start making plays at this point in the game.
Yeah, normally quiet for that group. Flacco goes, that's caught. Back to me, 39-yard line. He was talking about Jordan Porter, who spent some time in the medical tent, but he is back at 3rd down and 4.
And I think a big part of that is Zach Taylor, the scheme, Joe Flacco getting the ball out, the offensive line playing well, running the football with Chase Brown. It all works together on how you can slow TJ Watt and Nick Herbig and this ability to rush the quarterback.
2:30 left in the third. On 3rd and 4, Flacco.
Oh, come on. Caught by Andre Losibas.
Joe Flacco wanted to throw it to the first down marker and get the ball to Jamar Chase. But with the safety coming down, good job of coming off of that and making a good throw downfield.
37, Andre Losibas with the catch. Target _4. Flacco this one way than the other. Higgins again. To the 18-yard line. TJ Watt putting the pressure on the time. Flacco getting it away. Jones now 23 of 33 for 222 yards.
And TJ Watt going off as he's jogging off the field. You're right, he was right there. Al had a chance. But again, I think I got to go back to Joe Flacco 10 days in. The fact that he gets pressured and he has an answer, that he knows where to go with the ball instead of a look of panic. He just said, oh, that's not there. Pressure, check it down.
2nd and 4. He can strip. It's inside of the 10-yard line. There is Slade making that tackle. Final minute of the quarter.
Caught by Jamar Chase for first down.
He's going to get to the inside. I'm surprised they're not taking the inside way by leveraging and moving it half body But Joe Flacco looks like he's playing backdoor football. I mean, he looks like his pulse is about 48. He's just chilling out there playing ball.
Over 6,000 receiving yards now in his career. Flacco throwing, low and incomplete. You know, I think Joe Montana was the first guy to call Joe Cool, right? And then Joe Burrow was Joe Cool. This is another Joe Cool.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we've always known that about him in his career. It's just, I don't care who you're a fan of. You got to be in awe of a guy, not just his age. I don't care if he's 21. Because he's out here playing at 40 years old. And I don't care who it is. It's just a command of an NFL offense against an NFL defense. And to be able to make these plays, it's just a workout.
Second goal. Keep it on the ground. Burrowing his way just inside the 5-yard line is Jimmy Brown. And that should take us to the fourth quarter. Another good one on a Thursday night. We've got a whole bunch in a row. End of 3. Cincinnati.
然后这个属于 end of quarter number 3 啊。
She was in danger. Jesus. There's something else. Probably has ties to the nation. We can keep you something unconstitutional that
The last great American train stations opened in 1933, hosts a number of exhibitions. Most recently this week, Auschwitz, not long ago, not far away. The site where many soldiers and Holocaust survivors returned to Cincinnati after World War II. Beautiful Art Deco building. We come out of Paycor Stadium, where it's third down and goal as we start the fourth quarter. Bengals up by 3, trying to extend the lead, and the pass is caught.
Pass is caught by
Huge possession for both teams because if you get them to settle for a field goal,
pass is caught by
instead, Flacco finishes that drive off. 8 plays, 67 yards, and instead of going to Jamar Chase into the boundary, ends up making
Das ist droit bei Noah Fans.
His teammate there. It's a two-possession lead again for the Cincinnati Bengals. 3 seconds into the quarter. 27-17.
You always see down here in these clubs or screens, T. Higgins trying to get involved there. See a Steelers player that goes down. We're looking around like offensive PI. Flacco navigating. Look at the intensity. He might be sitting on the sidelines, but he's back there in the pocket. He's got the eyes. Just a look. Looking for an answer. And there's the intensity.
The head coach, Willie Calder. That was perfect game. Flacco number 237 yards, 3 touchdowns. And not only people think they've been playing 2 games in 4 days.
This was a desperate football team sitting there at 2-2. Like you said, you're either game and a half out or 3.5 out. Huge difference only 7 weeks in.
To the 1-yard line. Williams spins.
Let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. And what a night for Jamar Chase. This guy gets man coverage. He's always able to get open. 8 receptions, 376 yards against man coverage. The previous weeks, what about now? Just 6 receptions. But now with Joe Flacco back there, the offensive line, the running game, there's opportunities. Boy, they can cash it in.
So Rodgers in cover. Down by 10. Start from the 27.
It's a first down. Yes. He's going for it.
Territory. Carter making the stop. So neither team coming in had a running game. Now both do.
And you got all 3 tight ends on the right side. They get a hat on a hat. Watch these 3 do their jobs. Johnny Smith, 81, 88, Freiermuth, 80, Darnell Washington. You break 1 tackle, you get a lot of space there for Warren to pick up huge yards on 1st and 10.
37 yards. Warren has now gained 119 yards tonight on the ground.
36-yard run. It's a 19-yard pass.
Johnny Smith and Darnell Washington, even Connor Hayward making plays in recent weeks. I think a lot of people have forgotten about Pat Freiermuth and what this guy can do with a lack of receivers to Charlie Austin. For a team that needs help besides DK Metcalf, boy, 88 stepped out to
Only 1 shot this season. Juggled by Rodgers when he gets it away. Goes back to 88 again. 2nd down.
For a team that you look at and think, okay, how are they going to be able to fight back without a lot of receivers for Aaron Rodgers to throw to? They're sticking to their guns. Art Smith, the offensive coordinator, play caller, toss sweep into the boundary, great blocks, huge yards, couple passes to Freiermuth, and they're inside the red zone. Look it up.
Starting from 27. Drive 2
Almost miscalled it.
Metcalf spun down, takes it to the 12-yard line. Tackled by Warren Burks.
In motion, the tight end, you get a couple tight ends out in front of the big DK Metcalf. He's got so many hit yards after the catch this year. You think about him as a vertical threat in his days in Seattle. In his first year, his first half of the season in Pittsburgh, he's got a lot of yards after the catch and good throws.
That's his first catch since the first quarter. 3rd down 4.
Ja, es ist Call for no first down. Yes.
Darnell Washington moves from the right to the left. What I want you to notice is when he moves is watch the linebacker.
Das ist Call by Darnell Washington.
He looks to the outside like he thinks he has help from the safety, but there's nobody there.
First and goal from the 4. Give it to Lara. And Lara still going. And he puts him back forward progress. Let's see where he marked it probably around the 2-yard line. Maybe second and goal.
Jalen Warren, you think of Najee Harris, big, powerful back. That's how it works with the Chargers. And Warren's 5'8", 215 pounds, short, low center of gravity. He runs hard behind that offensive line. It wasn't much push up front, but he just kept moving his legs. Got some positive yards there.
He's right for 121 tonight.
Warren and Gainwell back there.
Second and goal. Tight formation.
Touchdown. Yes. Called by Darnell Washington and got touchdown.
Good job of navigating through there by Darnell Washington, but honestly, Jalen Warren, we just talked about the job he did as a runner. This is what I'm talking about physicality. What he does without the ball, boom. That's against the rookie, Shamar Stewart. Did a good job of just kind of getting hidden there between the backers by the 300-pound tight end. Just to do that.
Boswell. It's a 27-24. Cincinnati Bengals.
Next week, sparks are gonna fly as the Vikings take on the Chargers. Stream Thursday night football. Vikings, Chargers, next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
Mike Tomlin had it very clear. Wasn't happy that Andrew Berry came to Cleveland. Didn't make a lot of sense. You trade a quarterback. Didn't think enough of to make your opening day starter, which he was in Cleveland to expect was an opponent. So Mike, not thrilled that Coach Joe Flacco was under center tonight. And he was right.
25 to 36, 237 to 3.
That ball was skid into the end zone. So there by Taj Brooks. Come out to the flank.
Maybe he saw this coming. I think it's just respect that he has for not just Joe Flacco, but the receivers that Joe Flacco is going to be throwing the football to, right?
You know, the whole league has become the quarterback resurrection tour, right? We know about Mayfield, we know about Darnold. In a way, Rodgers, now back to kind of Green Bay form. Flacco.
Yeah.
What are you going to make a comeback?
Even a young Mac Jones with the opportunity he's had.
Exactly
San
right.
Francisco.
Exactly right. Daniel Jones, Eddie Jones, to the 20-yard line. Chase Brown. The boys attack though. Picks up the first down.
No defense.
It's time for exceeding expectations presented by Chief. Time to throw. Let's keep an eye on this because you know about Aaron Rodgers and what he can do get the ball out fast. But you know what? When you get the ball out like this, it's recognition of coverage, being able to find the matchups. There would be times the offensive lines had to do their job and give him time. But boy, he is done such a good job of finding, especially when Jamar Chase is isolated one-on-one. The ball is out in the blink of an eye.
Take the round. Rolls, throws, hits his man. Noah Fant. Beyond midfield. Tackle to the 34. Noah Fant. Tackle by Joe Porter.
Mitch Tinsley off to the right clears out the safety in the corners. And then you got a matchup right there with TJ Watt. And then usually you take that Jack Sawyer on the edge there. His eyes are in the backfield thinking about what is he going to do to get to the quarterback. He's not worried about coverage. And with the back end taken downfield, there's just a ton of room there. And heck of a call there on 1st and 10.
Inside 10 minutes. Into fourth. Has that one tipped incomplete. Jack Sawyer came in. Tipped second down. Down to Caleb we go.
So, guys, I asked quarterback coach Brad Crackford for the Bengals the most impressive moment since Joe Flacco got to town last Tuesday. He said it was last Wednesday at practice, less than 24 hours after that trade. They gave Flacco about 30 plays to run at that practice, and he did it without pause. Crackford said that's when you're reminded he's been in the league for 18 years.
18 pretty good years, too. Super Bowl 2012, Super Bowl MVP that year. Quick go to the outside, slow, but it's caught. Jamar Chase. When you think back to Flacco, I think in that 2012 season, he had a pretty good regular season. I think he had 22 touchdown passes and 10 interceptions. In the playoffs, in the 4 games, 11 touchdown passes, no interceptions.
Always been a strength of his. But again, I don't think anyone doubts, oh yeah, he's been around for his 19th year. It's just how tough it is to adjust to a new offense with new players and to be able to play on time is what I think you have to just really marvel at.
So that those receptions to a wide receiver of his career. And here's another one, 14 passes for Jamar Chase, spinning to the 24-yard line.
That's 17 targets tonight. That's the most by any player in the NFL all year. And he does everything. You know, he's got ball skills. We saw that in the previous play. But he's a running back out to the catch. You know, he can go downfield vertically. You can throw it to him underneath. And now he bounces off. And that's Patrick Queen, the middle linebacker. And he just bounced off of him. I'm kind of running out of things to say about Jamar Chase. It's his 18th target. He's just Trevor. He's that guy.
14 catches. 24. And the game is starting to attract me. That's Brown. And Brown is now over 100 yards. The guy who came in averaging 2.7 yards per carry has now run for 106 yards on 10 toes with the 10 yards per carry.
And go back to Mike Tomlin, tell him to Kaylee, we have to play better on 1st and 10. We got to get it behind the sticks. That was another 1st and 10 positive run. Averaging 7 yards of play on 1st and 10, 11 yards for rush on 1st and 10.
Second and 3. 7.5 to go in the fourth. Showing blitz. Picked up.
He jumped offside.
So the flag coming. That's on Queen blitzing.
And that was the whole Queen created. A rookie who's had a really good night.
Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Big play, second down.
Yes.
This is about timing of a blitz. You can't tell him slow. He's on 1st speed. He timed that up perfectly. That's really the only thing Rivers could do was respond with that left arm and hook him and then bring him down. Detroit Colorado timing up those blitzes. I'm sure if he's watching, he's proud of that by Patrick Queen.
For sure. And 4 penalties got out against the Bengals. Comes back to a 2nd and 13.
Jalen Rivers got a holding penalty.
That's unacceptable.
Hey, Mike Stowe, that's the headline. Not your dog. 3rd and 13. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's the deal?
Wait a second. Oh, that's perfect. Like, what?
That doesn't happen.
Not you. Who's in the pasta wearing number 1?
You got Ramsey in the slot. And it's Chase.
3rd and 13. And it's swatted away. Brown wants a flag and they will not get it.
No, did not get the first down. Yes.
It's enough for a fact.
They're going to go for the field goal.
So they get a 6-point lead. And he banks that one through.
Made the field goal.
So he has now made 3 tonight. I think we're set up for another wild finish. You're right. 30-24. Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River. Tonight's area of coverage presented by Verbo. Well, 36 game-winning drives in Rogers' career in the 4th quarter of overtime. 3rd most among active quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford and Russell Wilson. Number 37 tonight. This team led by 6. First in the kickoff, Williams and Deanwell. Stanford City. To the 2-yard line, Sean Williams. Nice run back. He goes to the 40-yard line.
fans, I have a text chain called Pain that we are a part of for being Reds fans. The jury's over here.
You have a little sunshine in. Come on, so that game.
Let's see it. That's what you think's going to happen.
Right. They've seen too much through the years. From the 39-yard line, toss it back here. Warren. You know, you look at the Bengals this season, high hopes, and we're getting up to such horrible starts through the years. Now they get up to a 2-0 start. Of course, they lose Burrow. So the whole town is now depressed about the Bengals. They lose 4 in a row. Oh, it's another lost year. But now they're tonight.
Can they finish?
Come on, Aaron Rodgers, you can do it. Oh.
Flip here, spun down, setting up a 3rd and 4. You know, I've got a ton of Pittsburgh games through the years on the road. I've never seen fewer Pittsburgh jerseys in the stadium than I do tonight. I mean, it's all right.
And it's a credit to these fans. So, like I said, this is a Pittsburgh football team. The Pittsburgh fan base, they know what's at stake tonight. But this franchise got into the corner early in the year with 2-4.
You do have some representatives from Pittsburgh, but it's a night when it's hard for the Steelers quarterback to walk out the signals. The clock at 2-4.
Is it pass interference? No. I think it will go for points.
Signals, just sometimes they're faking, sometimes they're giving a real signal. He's trying to get that ball to the inside. Of course, he is locked in to Fryermuth to his potential the night he's had, but unable to convert.
Travis waiting the punt. This will be his second. Charlie Jones back to Cincinnati. Gets it away. Fair catch called for. He's going to let it bounce. That's going to be down at the 9.
If Bengals get another touchdown like this, then it's over.
Let's take a look at our next good stats powered by A.S. TJ Watt came in with big expectations. And I'll tell you what, Barry Sims done a heck of a job holding up at Houston Chips from time to time when tied in going bad. The backs have held down. He has had a quiet night. You see him pass 6:32, only one pressure. Fewest in a game all year for number 90, but still a long way to go in this football game. Important snaps coming up. Can he, as a leader and one of the alphas of this defense, make his presence felt here late in this game?
Dave Johnson was saying down the stretch, they come. With 5:16, Cincinnati with 2 timeouts coming down the stretch. This one was all 3. Passes struggling and incomplete. Chiefs trying to one-hand it, covered there by Brandon Eccles, second attempt.
And you think they're backed up. Zach Taylor's going to run the football. They need to work some clock. And they come out the very first play. They see a one-on-one matchup against a backup corner. Look at the location of that ball. Put it right over his outside shoulder. He only gets the one hand up. He had a chance at that play. And how about the aggressive nature from Zach Taylor? Clearly coaching tonight to win, not just to avoid trying not to lose.
Chase has now been targeted 20 times in the game. 14 catches. Second and 10.
It's a first down.
You gotta break some tendencies. There's not a person watching this game, let alone who's on the field, including Mike Tomlin, that thought number 16 is going to pull his own read with Highsmith closing down and pick up first down yardage.
That was a great sign. And Joe 2.0, we believe. 4.5 to go. Throws that one pretty much away. Intended there for Chase Eccles covering on the right wing. Second attempt with 4:21 to go.
If they win this game and he joins the post-game show, number one, he'll keep his shirt on. Number two, that's the first question you got to ask about. He's had a great night, but what a play. What a play call.
Unreal.
They'll be around the set, folks, for
sure. We hire this guy. Second attempt.
He's sacked. Yes.
This is when these great players start to really take over. Look at the Ben, great hands, such a technician. They didn't chip him, so it freed him up. Hayward coming through the middle by Teddy Karras. And both of their leaders make a play when this defense needs it.
The two guys will figure the little more than we can someday. 3rd and 18. What you talked about before.
Yeah, he was aggressive on that series. But when it didn't work out, it's 3rd and a long way to go. He decides to run the football. The Steelers have all.
You did not get the first down. Yes.
Just wants that clock to work down. Try to take it as far as they can.
So Rico in the punt.
Beautiful for punts.
To receive it. Good kick. Building to 25. Williams has room. And brings it back out to a 43-yard line. It's 2:46. Hopefully timeouts. 2-minute warning.
What a game. What an incredible game of back and forth. And can you ask for much more than Aaron Rodgers and a new uniform of Pittsburgh Steelers for their fourth trying to have a match here. 2:46 to go. Down 6. Can number 8 go down there and try to win this football game?
The battle of the agent has been a beauty.
Rodgers has 36 career game-winning drives.
Starts to drive after a 7
bench. He's the captain of the defense. He's been sat down for Barrett Carter. And watch what 55 does right here against the big tight end, Darnell Washington. Knows the awareness to scramble, has his head on the swivel, left hand up, makes one of the big plays of the night.
The guy was limited to like 12 snaps last week. They're second down and 10. Gainwell in the backfield. The man rush.
It's a first down. Yes. Caught by Wilson. Oh, hold on. There's a flag in the field. Roderick Jones got offensive holding. Oh, that's his claws. He's going for it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Touchdown. Yes.
Yards remaining at the end of the game with 8 receptions on the season. Now the only important extra point.
Need the extra points, yes. This is going to be a close game.
Watch the safety go outside. And just creates a huge space. Avoided his own. Just an error. Two defenders on one side. It's just the busting coverage. And who better than Aaron Rodgers, even after the scramble, he's got to avoid Osai. He sees, his eyes must have lit up. He saw how big of a void he had with 88 right in the middle of it. Throws that on a line. You see the reaction. Stone tries to come back to recover, but there was a bust on the back end. Aaron Rodgers once again responds, but leaves Cincinnati with an offense that's so dangerous, led by number 1, Jamar Chase, with a lot of time.
This good.
Good for 88. Like I said, it's been so much talk over the last few weeks about Darnell Washington, Jonnu Smith, Connor Baker. Finally reminded him what he can do.
It's a fantastic reaction to the facial expressions of the guys throughout the course of the game. Meanwhile, right back here is after the 30-yard line by Thomas Brooks. So this is where Flacco, who has 29 career cover behind wins in the fourth quarter of overtime.
Joe Flacco has an opportunity here to kind of chase away the kind of hex, the hover around Cincinnati. I'm sure there are a lot of people screaming at their TVs right now. Usually something like that happens in Cincinnati. There's no time left. But here, he's got time.
Good verbiage, chase away. Very good.
Thanks, sir. Hanging out with you on these matters.
Please. Quick dinner on Sundance Road. Fantastic. So first and 10, we have a official's timeout. Starts from the 30-yard line, and that pass is caught on the inside the 41-yard line. Chase turns the bounds. Picks up another couple tackle there back quarter. That's going to take us to
They'll take us to a 2-minute warning. Way up at the JC Petty post game show.
Cincinnati at the 45-yard line. Bengals with 2 timeouts. 2 minutes to go in regulation.
You gotta stop him.
Chase again. And Chase will take it inside the 40. And that is 16 catches for him. A new Bengals team record.
All times, confusion by emotion. Watch T. Higgins move and watch Patrick Queen, the leader of this defense. There's confusion. There's confusion. Team points. A lot of confusion. That's why it's over Chase. Inside the motion there with T. Higgins, Patrick Queen trying to get everybody on the same page. Really, just like Cincinnati's defense, a tough time to have a bust.
The wheels are spinning now on both sidelines. Strategies will be gigantic here. Once again, the field goal range. They're pretty close right now.
The timeout is called by Zach Taylor. No timeouts called by Mike Tomlin.
Set up Evan McPherson with his leg strength. It'll be a very capable potential go-ahead score.
I said leg strength. I mean, that's 67 yards. The timeout had been called on Matt LaFleur. Almost over a new NFL record. Tried it again and missed it. So the Steelers led by 10 in the second. Bengals led by 10. 3 seconds into the fourth. Pittsburgh up by 1. Second down and 8.
No.
Great call out. I'm right there with you. Tight coverage. Pulls away late and then right there. The veteran presence to know exactly where he was on the field. What's going on with the day clock and what needs to happen. Slides down, protects the ball, makes Pittsburgh use their second timeout. As you said, I love the word brilliant decision.
Tremendous. Makes the catch. He got into the end zone, understands exactly what's happening. Forces Pittsburgh to use a timeout. They've got one, and McPherson getting
Second timeout's called by Mike Tomlin.
And for all you young receivers that want your clip or your moment, that you take away the selfish approach and you realize, yeah, it would be great for him to score a touchdown there, but it would have hurt the team and given Aaron Rodgers the ball back with time. Instead, he slides down, obviously, makes a great call. Right?
And Mike Tomlin will take his last timeout.
You were talking about who's going to be able to set. How many seats today? I'll tell you what.
He's got a seat at the table, even though his counterparts did 16 passes tonight, 161 yards.
So much at stake in this game. Sitting there at 2-4. Joe Burrow. You bring Joe Flacco in. Great second half last week against Green Bay. Now with a shot, maybe to take down the division leader.
Flacco runs a couple of extra seconds before he takes the kneel down there. Flacco, we want 342 passing yards tonight. 3 touchdowns.
This second half, there have been so many answers. Cincinnati puts a score, you're thinking, oh, they're pulling away. Pittsburgh comes right back with a touchdown. Cincinnati goes up again. Pittsburgh comes back. It's just back and forth. This is what you love to see on a Thursday night, these divisional matchups.
Rodgers has thrown 4 touchdown passes tonight. All of them to tight ends.
And Zach Taylor will take his second timeout.
They're already starting to smile. But I don't tell you, but crazy kicks this year. I want to put the kibosh on that. Just bring it up a fact.
Well, the kibosh is just 31-30 that I brought up about 30 minutes ago. And that's a chance to Joe Flacco's in town. He said, no.
I'm going to blame you. So Pittsburgh trying to avoid going to 4-2 and having only a 1.5-game lead. So Flacco buys a couple of extra seconds. They'll go to the bench. The first one of this game will come out and try to slope this one away.
They have the last time out. They can work it all the way down. Don't have to feel any kind of rush at all. Down to about 11 seconds.
Good off the field goal.
Joe Flacco is playing for the Cleveland Browns, a rival of the Bengals. He's down there.
And Zach Taylor will take his last timeout.
Then he got benched. And he needed to go. There he is.
31 of 47 now.
Amazing.
342 and 3 touchdowns. And I think beyond that, his presence and his leadership, when he walked into the building with the guy that had the hat on backwards down, it gave him hope. It gave him a belief. It affected the defense. It affected the special teams. It affected the coaching. Everybody believed.
Want block that field goal. They need to block the field goal.
Here we go. From 36. Snap good. Oh, good. Snap good.
It's over.